Hey Huskies fans, welcome into a postseason edition of the Men's Hockey Weekend Preview. We're inside of Edina Realty. I'm Sam Getzinger here to gear you up for a St. Cloud State Minnesota Duluth matchup coming to the Herb Brooks National Hockey Center this weekend. Last week, St. Cloud State was in Duluth in a crucial series to end the regular season. Game 2 was win in regulation or go on the road for the first round of the playoffs. The Huskies came out strong on Saturday with a goal in the first period by Sam Henches, who's been red hot down the stretch. That was followed up with the Finns, Jami Kranila and Veeti Miettinen, connecting in the second to make it a 2-goal game. And that was all that was needed, with David Rennick picking up another shutout to his name after stopping an impressive 34 shots. So with the regular season now at a close, St. Cloud secured home ice with the last win, making them the 4th seed, and will take on UMD again, with them coming in as the 5 seed. In other parts of the bracket, Denver comes in as the 1 seed and will take on Miami. North Dakota is the 2 and will face off with Colorado College, and Omaha as the 6 seed will travel to Western Michigan, who comes in as the 3 seed. Now, if St. Cloud State versus UMD sounds very familiar, well, it should. The Huskies and the Bulldogs have met 15 times since 2020. 10 of those games have been decided in the final period. This year in St. Cloud, both teams have won in a shootout. The good news for St. Cloud since 2020, St. Cloud has won 8 games to Duluth's 5 and have outscored the Bulldogs 38-25. On top of that, the Huskies have picked up 3 shutouts over the last 2 years against Minnesota Duluth. Flashing back to last season's Frozen Face-Off semifinals, St. Cloud State and Minnesota Duluth met in Grand Forks, and as per usual, it was quite the back-and-forth affair. Both teams exchanged punches in the first 2 periods, with the deciding goal fittingly picked up shorthanded by Chase Brand. David Rennick was in net that game, stopping 22 of 24 shots. Now joined by Mick Hatton from therinklive.com. Mick, we have home ice secured after last week, and let's talk about last weekend against UMD. Needed at least 1 point in overtime and a win, and they got exactly that. What were some of your takeaways in Duluth?
Well, I think that one of the big takeaways on Friday in particular, I mean they made some untimely mistakes. They're up 2-1 in the third period. They take an interference penalty. Then they're trying to kill that penalty, and they take another penalty, put them 5-on-3. Wyatt Kaiser makes a really nice play and ties up the game 2-2. I mean, they don't take those two penalties. They win that game in regulation, and then all of a sudden it's a whole different story on Saturday. But they didn't. They lose in overtime. Came back and played a really solid all-around game, I thought, on Saturday. When they're playing like that, they're very tough to beat.
And sticking with that, game 2 of the weekend, David Rennick had a phenomenal performance, got the shutout, NCHC goaltender of the week. What made him stand out and really help St. Cloud State secure a big series?
I thought he really tracked the puck well. I mean, if you watch that game, they threw a lot of traffic at him, particularly as the game went on, and they got a little bit more desperate. UMB really threw a lot of traffic out in front of him, but he was able to kind of pick through all the traffic, was able to make big stops. I thought he was athletic, and I thought he competed really well. When David is zoned in like that, 34 saves shutout on the road in a tough place to play. That was big time hockey by David.
Now, Mick, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Rink Live Skater of the Week. Who you got from this last weekend?
I'm going to go with Jami Kranila. I thought Kranila was again one of their best players over the weekend. Had a big goal, had a big assist. In the series. When he's playing smart and playing his game out there, he does a combination of things. He's physical. But he's also really handy with the puck. And for a guy that's not real big, I don't care what it says, he's nowhere near 5'10". He does an awful lot of little things, and when he's playing well, that's a big key for St. Cloud State.
All right, that's Mick Hatton from therinklive.com joining us on the Men's Hockey Weekend Preview. That wraps up the first postseason edition of the Men's Hockey Weekend Preview presented by Edina Realty. I want to say a big thank you to Edina Realty for their sponsorship of the Weekend Preview throughout the season as well. Now, for the game, if you can't make it to the Herb Brooks National Hockey Center, be sure to catch it on TV, Spectrum Channel 823 or KBJR if you're in Duluth. And, of course, you can always stream it on NCHC.TV. I'm Sam Getzinger. This has been your Men's Hockey Weekend Preview.